They severed our water line, I yelled, watching a geyser erupt from our front yard. 3 men in HOA uniforms stood by, sneering. This is just the start, a sharply dressed woman in a designer suit declared icily. In 72 hours, this house is ours. No violation notices, no warnings, just a sudden eviction threat. It hit me, this wasn't about rules. It was a plot to steal our home. What didn't they know? My wife commands a U.S. Navy destroyer with 350 sailors and a lethal arsenal, and she just secured emergency leave. I glanced at my phone. Her text read landed. They'll regret targeting us. This wasn't a story, it was war. Would you fight or flee? Let me know in the comments. I'm Ethan Caldwell. 3 months ago, my wife, Lauren, our 9-year-old daughter, Sophie, and I moved into our dream home in Crestview Heights, a pristine neighborhood with flawless lawns and magazine-worthy houses. After years of military moves tied to Lauren's naval career, we finally had a forever home. I'm a freelance journalist, managing the home front while Lauren commands a destroyer. She's also a former civil attorney, a skill we'd soon need when the HOA turned our lives upside down. It began on a quiet Tuesday. I was finishing an article when a pounding knock startled me. At the door stood 3 figures, 2 burly men and a slick guy in a cheap suit, Nathan Pierce, the HOA property manager. His fake smile didn't reach his eyes as he handed me a document. He said coldly that you have 72 hours to vacate for serious HOA violations. I was floored. We'd followed every rule since moving in. There's a mistake, I stammered. No warnings, no citations. Nathan smirked. You're getting one now, final. The document, signed by HOA President Victoria Langston, listed no specific violations. When I demanded details, the men stepped closer, menacing. Make it easy or hard, Nathan warned, but you're out in 72 hours. My journalist instinct screamed that something was off. I secretly recorded the exchange, recalling Lauren's advice to document trouble. After they left, I called her on her secure line. Thousands of miles away, she was calm but firm. Don't sign anything. Photograph the property. Send me the video. Call Sarah Mitchell, my old attorney colleague. Her voice softened. We're not losing our home, Ethan. They messed with the wrong family. Dread knotted my stomach, but I trusted her. As I photographed our immaculate yard, my neighbor, Marcus Rivera, approached cautiously. A reserve tech consultant, he whispered, I saw the HOA enforcers. You're not the first. The Carter family and the Lewises were forced out the same way, utilities cut, gates locked. Be careful. These aren't just threats. Sleepless, I researched Victoria Langston, a retired real estate tycoon who'd seized HOA control 5 years ago. Online forums hinted at her ruthless tactics, but nothing explained targeting us. I visited Eleanor Chin, a retired professor who'd lived in Crestview the longest. Over tea, she revealed the bombshell. Your lot backs the community greenbelt. Victoria's pushing to sell it to a developer. Your house and 5 others block their access road. She showed me maps and clippings. It clicked, this was about profit, not rules. Later, I spotted a luxury sedan creeping by, a woman I'd learned was Cassandra Holt, HOA vice president and mother of a developer eyeing the greenbelt. She sped off when I noticed her. Digging deeper, I found a bylaw requiring public board votes for evictions, ignored in our case. Victoria's hefty donations to local politicians explained her boldness. Property records showed strategic homes sold cheaply after owners were pressured out, linked to Cassandra's son's firm. This was a calculated land grab. I secured my evidence in a safe and cloud storage, ready for a fight. That night, an unmarked car watched our house. An anonymous email warned, sell now or regret it. Fury fueled my resolve. This wasn't just about us, it was about stopping bullies. At the HOA meeting, I confronted Victoria and Cassandra before a packed room. I demanded details on our violations. Victoria stonewalled, appeals go through the board in 30 days. I countered with the bylaw violation. Gasps filled the room. Cassandra flashed doctored photos of our house, fake decay and clutter. I projected my pristine photos, then dropped a bomb. Why is the Greenbelt being sold to Cassandra's son's company? The crowd erupted. Victoria adjourned the chaotic meeting, but allies emerged, sharing their own HOA horror stories. A board member, Oliver Grant, the HOA accountant, slipped me a note, Sunlight Cafe, 3 p.m. tomorrow. That night, someone spray-painted an X on our door. I scrubbed it off, installed cameras, and fumed when the HOA fined us $300 for their vandalism. At the cafe, Oliver handed me a USB drive. Victoria's been skimming HOA funds through shadow accounts, he confessed. They're buying properties via shell companies for her son's condo project. Millions are at stake. He'd been blackmailed over a past error, but now feared their escalating crimes: forgery, vandalism, intimidation. Nathan, a disgraced ex-cop, was their muscle, desperate to clear gambling debts. Attorney Sarah Mitchell confirmed the evidence pointed to fraud and racketeering. She filed an injunction against the eviction, warning of escalation. That night, Nathan's crew tailed our pizza delivery guy, and Sophie came home crying. Classmates called us thieves. We sent her to Marcus's family for safety. Lauren called, "I've got emergency leave. I'm home tomorrow." Hold on. Relief hit, but at midnight our cameras were smashed, and utilities were cut. In the dark, I packed essentials, knowing Lauren's arrival would shift the tide. At dawn, Lauren strode through the airport in her Navy commander uniform, radiating authority. Her embrace steadied me. In our powerless home, she assessed the damage like a battlefield, photographing tampered utilities. "This is organized corruption," she declared, spreading our evidence across the table. Her plan, Operation Clarity, hit multiple fronts: restore utilities, secure legal wins, rally neighbors, and expose the scheme. She made 3 calls. First, to a city utilities ally, citing illegal disconnection. Crews restored our services within hours, admitting they'd been lied to. Second, to a reporter, framing the story as community-wide corruption. Third, to the Federal Housing Authority, alleging discriminatory practices. Each move was precise, elevating our fight to a public issue. We visited neighbors, Lauren, in civilian clothes to seem approachable. Her listening skills won trust, uncovering shared grievances, fines for approved hoops, denied solar panels, harassment over visitors. A coalition formed. Sophie, safe with Marcus, got a reassuring call from Lauren. Bullies only have power if you let them. A new HOA letter claimed unprecedented seizure powers. Lauren smirked, predictable. That night, Nathan's crew erected fencing around our house, a brazen intimidation tactic. Lauren watched, unfazed. They're overconfident. That's their mistake. At a community meeting at Marcus's, Lauren's evidence, shadow accounts, forged documents, development plans, ignited outrage. A newspaper exposé. HOA tyranny in Crestview detailed Victoria's shady past. She and Cassandra's frantic denials backfired. Federal complaints added pressure. Victoria offered a settlement, stay if we sold in 6 months, and signed an NDA. Lauren countered with a DA complaint. Oliver overheard Nathan being ordered to erase evidence. His debts dangled as bait. On eviction day, we were ready. At 9 a.m., Victoria, Cassandra, and Nathan arrived to lock us out. I sat on the porch, coffee in hand, neighbors nearby as witnesses. "Good morning," I quipped. "Nice day for illegal entry?" Victoria barked reclamation orders. Then, Lauren, in full uniform, a reporter, and an FHA attorney pulled up. Cameras rolled as Lauren presented an injunction and evidence of fraud. Victoria snapped, ordering Nathan to destroy evidence, a fatal misstep. Police, called by Victoria for backup, now investigated her. Cassandra tried to flee but was cornered by neighbors led by Eleanor. Lauren's calm retort, "This is controlled escalation," left Victoria speechless. The fallout was swift. At an emergency HOA meeting, Lauren's evidence dismantled Victoria's denials. Eleanor revealed Victoria's prior fraud conviction. The crowd ousted Victoria and Cassandra unanimously. Investigations confirmed $200,000 in misappropriated funds. Nathan turned state's evidence, exposing their full scheme. Oliver's records sealed their fate. Marcus became the HOA president, Eleanor an advisor. The Greenbelt was protected as a park. Victoria was fined and banned from HOA rolls, Cassandra lost her license, and Nathan got probation. 6 months later, Crestview thrived. Monthly meetings became collaborative. My book, Stronghold, sparked national HOA reform talks. Lauren's promotion and a military initiative followed. Our annual barbecue cemented community bonds. Sophie asked if we'd move again. Lauren knelt. This is our harbor. We'd turned a nightmare into a movement. What would you do, fight or fold? Share in the comments. And let's debate, was our bold stand justified, or did we escalate too far? Your thoughts could spark the next viral discussion.